A new beginning. The end of the world changes people. It changed us. Us, the foragers, natural survivalists adapted to harsh Frostland conditions. The machinists, descendants of groups that built the initial cities and maintained their machinery. We chose you as our steward. Good choice. To lead the cities, overpopulation looms, the resources dwindle, we all dream of a better future. What it should look like, this we can't agree on. Tension stirs and radicals rear their heads. Navigating this will be your ultimate challenge. It's capped at 300 weeks, okay. The city must not fall. Windswept peaks. That was a very Last of Us title. Coal is running out. We've grown rumors over the years and waited too long to strike out. Our coal stockpiles are nearly depleted. We have to colonize the Frostland. But first, we've located some coal deposits and rough terrain around the city. We must send frost-breaking crews to access them. We need more coal. Oh, FPS rough. FPS do be rough. We're sitting at 38 right now. Let's try upscaling, I guess. Can we change it only in main menu? Okay. FPS do be a little rough, chat. We must fix this. But before we do that... Oh, we can't change keybinds at all in this build. Okay. It does look very nice, yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to have to main menu for a sec. I can't change it in-game. What was that on default? These are the recommended settings from my system. Oh yeah, true. Extreme is not available in this. Okay. That counts as a failed run. I don't know. Dude, I'm not going to play with 35 FPS all the time. We're going to have to dick around with some settings, see what helps, see what doesn't. We don't even have like a large... We don't even have a large city. It's a bit better. It's at 60 now. 50-ish, 60-ish. It's reasonable. Let's see if it gets bad as we it's at 60 right now. Generator, total output 70, fuel mix. 1 coal converts to 1 heat in this generator. Looks like camera's okay where it is right now, by the way. Increases the generator's output by 40%, but strains at the process. It can be turned on safely for 30 weeks. Empty building slot. Heat stamps are a stockpilable resource that can be spent on frostbreaking, constructing districts or buildings, or when using specific actions. A city collects heat stamps weekly. Every community provides its share depending on size. The bigger the community, the more they contribute. Heat stamps income can be increased by satisfying goods demand. It can also be modified by certain laws and buildings. You can request or donate heat stamps to communities and factions. Click on a community or faction at the bottom of the screen to see the list of possible actions. Okay. Camera controls, y'all. Yeah. Usual stuff. Stop game time, increase speed, okay. Show district statistics, frost breaking, building, Frostland view. That'll probably teach me that as we go. The generator. The generator is the primary source of heat in the city. It requires fuel to function. Initially, your main source of fuel is coal, but later in the game, you can research and discover different types of fuel, which vary in efficiency. There's a lot of new stuff already. The generator uses as much available fuel as is needed to fulfill the heat demand in the city. You can also activate overdrive, which increases output of the generator. Be careful and turn it off before the overdrive bar fills up to avoid generator malfunction. Malfunction causes deaths and temporarily reduces the efficiency of the generator. We wouldn't want deaths, would we, chat? Very pretty game so far. Iron. Okay, so alt is like a nice little overview thing. Empty building slot. This is the heat. Provides warmth to the city and its people. Need to operate. Increases cold when lacking. Lower temperature increases heat demand. Coal, a reliable, tried and true source of fuel burned in the generator to provide heat. Guard squads. Units of law enforcement officers whom the city employs to maintain order. They help reduce crime and can stifle unrest. Food, all sources of nourishment. A failure to me. The demand. Typo. Unacceptable. Refunding. The demand for food will cause hunger to grow. Build food districts. Find food sources in the Frostland. Conduct research and pass laws to keep famine at bay. Goods, the objects necessary for everyday life. Failure to meet them. Demand for them causes crime to rise and reduces heat stamp income. Living space available to your citizens. Increases cold when lacking. Shallow coal deposit. Old way station. Frozen forests for wood. 3 million ore. Build the logistics district here to access the Frostlands. Fertile ground. More fertile ground. I don't think they had fertile ground on the last one, did they? Cool. Option there's an option for burning the dead. I mean, there wasn't the first one. Cold miner growing. Resources. Okay. Hunger. Squalor. Disease. I'm trying to get used to this UI. Give me a sec here. Shelter available 90. Oh, we have 153 people. So a bunch of homeless people. Workforce 4,800. Core. I remember cores. There's the heat stamps. Guard surplus is minus 20 degrees. Calm weather. Population. The better the overall situation in the city, the more people are healthy, the more kids grow up and are able to join the active population. Oh, no, they're going right away. Have to focus on the city. January 1916. Frostbreak new area. Construct buildings. Districts and hubs. These are the two factions. Foragers. Communities. The people from your city form communities, groups of people united by a common outlook and background. You can view any of your communities by clicking on their image in the bottom center of the screen. Under the community name, you can find information regarding your relations with a specific community. Your relations with each community will impact your overall trust. Under the community description is a list of actions you can perform with that community. Those actions can greatly improve your city situation, but they can also change your relations with that community for better or worse. Foragers, 3,900 members. Adaptation is key and reliance on machines is weakness. God, this is the anti-AI crowd. Request funds. Relations greatly worsen if we do that. Absent tension. General. Marginally increased by minor cold. Machinist. Technological progress guarantees survival. Fund projects. Relations will slightly improve. Minus 246 heat stamps. We have how many? 858. Income plus 8 a week. 12.8 from population, minus 4.8 from unmet demands for goods. We'll build machines to carve our place in ice. We'll improve ourselves with technology. We'll rip resources from frozen earth to sustain everyone. We'll bend nature to our will and we will thrive. Fighting against the cold is futile. We will not give in to the hubris of the machines. The frost makes steel brittle. We will adapt even if it means sacrifices. We're going to have trouble with these foragers, chat, let me tell you. UI is so different. It is different, but I don't know. It still has the same feel. The game. I don't. Is there animal? I want to see the Frostland. What was it? V? I don't think we can access it yet, even to look at it apparently. All right. Well, Frostbreak new area. Frostbreaking. Initially, you can only build districts in a limited area. The wider the terrain. The wider terrain is covered by frozen stiff ground, which is impossible to construct upon. To widen the build area, you need to use Frostbreakers. You can send out Frostbreaking teams by clicking on the Frostbreaking button located in the bottom right of the screen. Then, find your way towards the edges of the buildable area and click on the white tiles until the indicator circle is full. Frostbreaking resource tiles will be colored in blue with the icon of corresponding resource over them. Frostbreaking cost is fixed, and unless there are no more tiles to click, the amount of tiles needed to begin frostbreaking is always the same. Alright. So, frostbreaking. We're gonna need coal, obviously. It's over here. Wood and stuff. Frost break, frost break. Alright. You just started? Yeah, we're just I've just been like reading through the UI and stuff to learn. Lord knows what's going on. Pretty game, dude. What's this? Tolerated city trust support. Changed by neutral foragers, 49% of city. Unchanged. Unchanged by neutral machinists, 51% of city. Relations define how much communities trust you. Bigger communities impact city trust more. Can you... Is there like a people overview in this one again? Maybe not in this build preview. Alright. Yeah, I give it like 10 minutes or so, Crunchy. About 10 minutes till we start eating people. Alright, frost breaking is almost done. District construction. Districts are the base of your city's economy. Build them to produce or process resources, provide shelter, or recruit Frostland teams. Districts have a fixed number of tiles needed to begin construction. When building a district, keep a lookout for indicator circle, which shows you how many tiles you still have to click for the construction to start. Available tiles are white, already selected tiles are yellow. Extraction, food, logistics districts require deposits to be built. You need to begin selecting tiles from the deposit, which is highlighted blue and shows a corresponding resource icon. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit, dude. Okay. Let's pause for a sec. So build districts and hubs. Industrial district, construction, requirements. Do we have materials? We have 0 materials. I'm supposed to build these. I don't have any shit. I don't have any goods. Raw resources extraction can be constructed on different types of deposits. Production of processed goods and other materials. Production of all kinds of food. Housing and other buildings necessary to provide reliable shelter. Yeah, we don't need that shit, let's be honest. It's like 6 areas to construct the district. Resource coal. So it has to start on the coal, right? Okay. I gotta build some houses, I guess, right? Output 20 shelter. Extraction, smog, squalor. So this needs to be in the heated area, I presume. Generator proximity 5 heat. Okay. School district, no, yeah, they don't need an well, I mean, they need an education to not get their fingers chopped off and stuff. Otherwise, it's all the children need. And some good shovels. And mining picks. Just like people walking around and stuff. The generator's much bigger, much different looking than in the first game. Instead of just like the big silo, it's like a little mini city. Almost reminds me of Midgar and FF-ish. I'll speed this up for construction a bit. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Good. Shelter from the cold. Good. We secured a new source of coal for the generator. But now we need shelter. Without it, people will freeze to death, regardless how hot the generator runs. The closer the generator to the other shelter, the better. The closer to the generator or other shelter, the better. We cannot afford to lose more heat than we have to. We will provide shelter for some of you. Can't promise all, but, you know. Population needs shelter to survive. If not provided, cold will aggressively rise in the city. Shelter is mainly provided by housing districts, but remember that this type of district demands heat. If the heat demand in the city is not fulfilled, cold will rise at a lower rate compared to lack of shelter. At a lower rate compared to lack of shelter. In the idea tree, you can view new ways of providing more shelter. What's this? City's economy is based on output and demand of various resources. Output and demand only change when a new source of output or demand is added to the city, like buildings or districts. Output is the sum of resources produced by districts and buildings. For example, food output can be increased by building districts on fertile ground. Demand is increased by the needs of your people who require food and shelter to live, as well as goods for them to live in dignity. Okay. Okay. Districts and buildings mostly increase materials or heat demand. If demand is not fully met, problems such as cold, crime, squalor, hunger, or disease in a city will rise. For a while, a city can survive without satisfying all demands, but eventually, tension will reach a boiling point, which may lead to your downfall. Construct 2 housing districts. Like 2 of them. 43 people don't have housing. 90 from Central District, 20 from Housing District. Oh, man. Wait, you only get 20 per housing district? Oh, yeah. Heat from the generator needed to warm buildings. If not enough heat is produced to meet this demand, cold will increase. What is this? Turn on. Demolish this district and all of its building. You get 50 heat stamps. Oh, I see. The usual housing demand's 40, but it's -5 because you're close to the generator. So the generator had a base of 70 to maintain its core before, now plus the 35 on the outside. 1 coal converts to 1 heat in the generator. What's the frequency of available 15? Requirements 105 by generator, output 120 from extraction district. If we build another housing district, we're already going to be short on coal. Security for the future, stockpiling. Steward. That's us. Well, that's me, not you. Steward, we are extracting more coal than we currently need to provide adequate heat to the city. As such, we have begun to stockpile the surplus. At the moment, we have ample storage space left. However, the space will eventually be filled, and any additional coal will be left out in the elements, rendering it worthless. If we do not wish to lose the surplus, we should build more depots. There are different types of depots for various resources. You can construct them in any districts that have empty building space. I see. Construct buildings. Food depot. Wait, it's just a food depot. Shouldn't there be other depots? Oh, look, it's Home Depot as well. Dignity chant. Who beats it? I don't see any empty... Or do they just mean like the white spaces around? Because like you fill in the spaces as you build. Okay, so I mean, if we build another housing district, I presume we're going to be in the negative. What else is around here? There's iron up the hill. I don't think we really need to worry about building roads and stuff out. That seems like it's not part of the game. Or like a thing in the game. So let's go... Is this still within +5? Let's go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use warmth from the central district or another housing or other housing by constructing housing in close proximity. Okay, so you want to try to bunch everything up together as much as possible. It's a very pretty game so far. Yeah, we're running at around 60 FPS right now. I'm a little worried what it's going to be once it cranks to max. There's a bunch of settings we can fuck around with, though. I mean, for my system, it was recommended on high settings, not very high. I cranked it to very high because I wanted to see how it is. It's totally fine right now. Upscaling helps by like 30 FPS. It was like 30 before, and then we put upscaling on quality. All right. Yes. And now we're sitting at 60. But if the city grows enough, it might do the Skylines 2 thing where it's fucking like 20 FPS. I hope not, but we'll see. District building. Buildings. You can construct buildings in districts if there is an empty building slot available inside of them. Buildings have their demand and output, which are added to the already existing economy of a district. Buildings can improve base output of a district, such as provide more food, or reduce problems directly, such as squalor or crime. Initially, you don't have many buildings available for construction. However, the Research Institute is a building that is always available from the very beginning of the game. It provides you with access to the idea tree and cumulative bonus to research speed. Developing new ideas is essential to the invention of new technology and new buildings. Be mindful of who is conducting the research, as ideologies of specific groups will influence the results of their work. Oh, really? They will come forth with a special variant of a building aligned with their views. Stockpiling. Some resources, apart from heat, steam, shelter, guard squads, and Frostland teams, can be stockpiled. When a city runs a surplus of resource, meaning that the output is bigger than the demand, the surplus goes into a stockpile. The stockpile will slowly fills up every day. The stockpile will slowly fill up every day, English, as long as there is storage capacity left to store them. While stockpiling, a pointed up arrow is displayed next to the resource amount. Stockpiles will be consumed whenever the demand is higher than the output of a resource. When stockpiles are being consumed, a pointed down arrow is displayed with a given resource. Stockpiling is limited by your storage capacity. You can see the limit of storage capacity for each resource upon hovering over it. When limit is reached, an exclamation mark will be displayed. You can expand the storage capacity by building resource depots. There are different variants of depots for different resources. Fuel, materials, depot, food, and goods. Resource depots can be built in any district. Contrary to the rest of the buildings, depots are enabled irrespective of whether the districts they are in are active or not. An accumulated stockpile is not lost after deactivating or destroying a resource depot. You're just losing the ability to stockpile more. Okay. So that means if we have 900 out of 900 and we destroy the stockpile, we'll just have 900 out of 200 instead of, losing 700. As example... but we still only have a food depot. Also, where's this building they're talking about for ideas? We need to get up to the food. Is that our only source? Is that our closest source of food? Because that's pretty fucking far, dude. I think it is. Losing resources when you're capped if you don't have a depot. Losing resources when you're capped if you don't have a depot is interesting. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, that it keeps stockpiling and losing? Did I read that? Didn't register that if I did. I was just impressed that they were nice enough to not delete your resources. Oils! Oh, really? Wait. I missed this. Stockpiling. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Where does it say this? This is like in a different tip somewhere? Will field in 220 weeks. Then the explanation tip that told you to build a depot. Oh. But not in here then. Okay. So I guess we need to frost break. So I can't tell if there's music in the game. I feel like it got a little quiet. I feel like we need to crank the volume up a bit again. Unless it doesn't feel like there's music. I can't hear any. Extremely increased by shelter scarcity. Okay, we're about to get, what, 20 more houses? Scraping the barrel. With heat from the generator and shelter for everyone, we're safe from the cold for now. But as the city grows, it will not be enough. The machinists and foragers have different opinions on how to improve the city further. We need a place to develop ideas for the future. Expand a housing district to provide more space for advanced buildings and build a research institute. But that didn't... Yeah, there's still homeless people. Expand districts to increase their skill both in terms of size and capabilities. Expanded districts are more efficient and provide additional building slots. Select a district to open its panel and click on the expand button. Select new tiles around the chosen district to start the expansion. If there are not enough adjacent tiles to select, the district cannot be expanded. Be mindful that housing districts have no build slots upon construction, contrary to all other types of districts. That is why you need to expand such district at least once to be able to construct any buildings inside of it. Alright, so this. How many do we need? 3, looks like. How much does it cost to expand? 50 heat stamps. Extend this district to increase its output and provide 1 more building slot. Alright, we'll expand both of those. So it's frostbreaking and directed building instead of sending people out in the snow, it seems. So far, yeah. And I assume that the frostbreaking... Yeah, we can't just, like, break up here. Like, you have to break sequentially to it. Almost like building road, right? Like, we have to start with these and go up. I can't just, like, break this open. This is basically just unpenetrable ice. How much does it cost? Cool. Perfect. It doesn't say how much it costs. It just says Frostbreak new area. I know it's a set cost, but... There's a Frostpunk 2. There's the beta for Frostpunk 2. Where all my child slaves at? I'm working on it, alright? It doesn't seem that there's as many, like... I actually don't even know if there's kids in this one that you send to the mines, chat. Because you don't seem to be directly controlling population like you were in the first one. Like, you just have hundreds of people, and it's just people. At the moment. Available, employed. Overall, 60% of population. I mean, this game usually drives a lot of moral decisions, so I'm sure that'll be a thing at some point. Housing, Research Institute. Takes 200 workforce, 100 heat stamps. It requires 100 workforce. We have, like, how much available? 3,800. Also gives... Oh, no. Research Institute. Demands 20 heat. Output 15% research speed. Unlocks the idea tree. Each institute provides research speed. This is similar to the one that you needed engineers for before. Okay, so you put these in districts. Alright. So let's add a thing building there. Wait, did I just... Ah, fuck it. I went to the iron. God damn it. Instead of the food bags. I mean, we'll need both anyways. But... Absent workforce. Unresolved problems in a city can make part of its workforce absent. These workers are temporarily excluded from your workforce. 24 more sick people unable to... Okay. There are 2 main types of absences. Sick. The number of sick workers increase proportional to how high disease currently is. These people will only rejoin upon increasing... upon workforce decreasing disease in the city. Injured. The injured will rejoin the available workforce over time. You may encounter other types of absences in the city due to various events and decisions you make. Pay attention to where you construct districts, as area effects may give them additional positive or negative effects. Area effects are caused by environmental circumstances, the natural layout of the land or surface in which a district is constructed. Or by proximity to other districts. Area effects are applied when a specific number of district tiles are located within it. When building any district, a tooltip will provide information about whether your current construction has any area effects applied. For example, it's a good idea to place housing near the central district and near other housing districts to benefit more from efficient heating. Yeah, nearby housing warrants generator proximity. On the other hand, it's better to avoid building housing or food districts near extraction, since toxic air from the extraction work will negatively affect those districts, increasing squalor. Yeah, chat. Sawdust in your meals tonight.